All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. We just started our live casting for today, and our topic, as usual, it's about Islam and Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. We continue with our series with Allah knows best, which is a statement always we hear from Muslims when we ask them a question. And obviously, any question can be offending and can be confusing to Muslims. And the best way as a solution to get away from answering the question is to say, Allah knows best. So today we will continue to see how much Allah really know, and do He know best, or this is just a statement of stupidity and ignorance. In the last few decades, the Muslims start doing a wave of articles and videos about science in Islam. And when you claim that's your book speaking about science, I mean, that's it, you're stuck with it. You cannot say this is metaphorical no more, because simply you just say it is science. And science is science. Whatever you want to say about it, it is science. First time I saw the Muslims writing articles about science in the Quran, it was like an astonishing news for me, because I never thought Muslims they will do such a thing. To try to convince us that their book is a book includes science, for a very simple reason. I mean, I find it very stupid idea, because books which is about religion, it's not meant to be about science or anything of that. However, I agree with them that the Quran obviously involved itself with science, and the Muslims, they find themselves, they have nothing to invite people to. And how we can deceive the world today? Like, the world today is too much into science, so they love science, and science can prove a lot of things for them. Especially the liberals are, controlling most of Europe, and science is the reason for to believe or not to believe. However, there's additional reasons to believe. Like today, actually, I saw in the news there's the grandson of Churchill. He announced why he converted to Islam when he was in jail. He said, I converted to Islam in jail because it was the way to get extra food. And if you don't believe me, you can go and see that. I saw it in Russia today. I saw the news. I converted to Islam so I can get extra food. And he claimed, this is what he's saying, and this is why he don't believe in Islam. This guy is he's a criminal anyway. I mean, he's a grandson of Churchill yet, but he is convicted with more tons of crimes, drugs, violent, you name it. So he's a scumbag. So why he converted to Islam in jail, when he was in jail in England? Because he said that during the month of Ramadan, those who they are Muslims, they give them extra meals. So he decided, because he want to enjoy the meal they gave them, to convert to Islam as an excuse to get the meal. And he is not a Muslim. Anyway, I find it very funny and very stupid. But that's normal from somebody is a scam anyway. A scam is fit for anyone. Islam is for scammers. Muhammad himself is a scam, so I'm not surprised that someone is a criminal. He's converting to Islam because he will get extra meal in jail. However, now he is saying he is not a Muslim no more, but this was the reason for him to be a Muslim for that period of time. Uh, so today we will talk about if Allah really knows or Allah do not know. Now, before we start, if there is any Muslim, whoever he is, he think that Allah knows and he is willing to show us that with the proofs and reference, please feel free. You can call me to Skype, and I will turn my Skype right now. My Skype name is Debate TV, so feel free to call me there if you have something to say. You know, we don't do what the Muslims do. Like the Muslims, they have a TV show, it's called the Deen Show, and when I try to call them, they never let me go through. Why? Because simply they will not allow anyone you know, to speak about Islam and expose Islam, as simple as that. You know, they are so afraid that somebody will call and somebody will ask a question which is going to be embarrassing. So if you are a Muslim and you think you can give us some reference, answers, proofs, feel free, you know, do it the way you like. I don't really care how you do it, just do it. And my Skype right now is on for any Muslim would like to call us. In the previous sessions we did speak about Allah knows best. All right, but today I'm going to show you how the Muslims, they live in a madness. They don't even live in anything have to do with reality. As an example, there's a story. Let me see if I can get the story in English. I don't think this story can be found in English, but I will translate, no problem. Give me a second. So there's a story of a person who made fun I don't know if somebody of you can find me the book of Al-Bidayah and Nihaya in English, the book of Ibn Kathir, which is speaking about a person who made fun of the miswak of the Prophet, and then there's something bad happened to him. So this is the book of Al-Bidayah and Nihaya, and as you see, this is an official website. This is islamweb.net, sorry. I think this is the official government website of Qatar. If we go down here, we will see this is volume number 19, page number 469. This is the start. If we go down, we will see a story about a person who made fun of the miswak. For those who do not know what the miswak is simply is the roots of a tree. This tree is like most of it, or let us say the useful part of it is the one which is the roots, not really what is above the ground. It is the roots. The roots are very flexible and they are long, not as the Muslim they show you like little stick. You know, let me see if I can find you images. Hold on, so you can get better idea what miswak is. Because the Muslim they show you a little tiny piece of wood, and they say to you, this is the miswak. This is not true. This is not true. All right. If you go in Google, this is a tree we are talking about, al-miswak, and those are the roots you see in the hand of the person. They cut them pieces. They are long roots, not short, not small tiny ones. They are really long, and the Muslims, because they became expensive due to every Muslim in the world who claimed to be religious, he tried to use them to clean his mouth. So they cut them pieces as you see here in the screen. All right, but this is not the real size of the miswak. As you see, the miswak is a tree, have roots, big roots, and those roots they used to cut them a big piece in the time of Muhammad. So in the same time they beat the animal with it, and the same time when he is not busy, the person it's like every person, like today you have your keys for your car in your hand. At that time it was the keys of your car, because this is how you beat the animal to guide him left or right, or etc. You have to get something with you in your hand, not necessarily to hurt the animal, but until now if you go to countries like in Africa, they have to hold little stick in their hand, so they can guide the animal to go left or right. So this is the miswak. As you see, it's a big tree. The roots of the tree is what is used for Muslims today to clean their teeth, because Muhammad he used it, and it was not only used by him, it was the Arab who used it. However, the story here is about a Muslim man, or let us say he is not a good believer. We are not sure really even if he's a Muslim or not, because maybe obviously he is not. However, I'm not going to discuss how true the story is right now. I am going to accept the story as the Muslims report to us. So this is the story, exists in the book of Ibn Kathir, as you see, Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, volume number 19, and the page number is 471, as you see in the front of your eyes. Based on the story, that there's a guy, his name Ibn Khalkan, reported from a sheikh, etc., etc., from etc., from etc., that there is a guy who was a crazy. Okay, and this guy, he made fun of the miswak. He made fun of the miswak. So he took the miswak and he inserted in his anus. He's making fun of the miswak of Muhammad. So he inserted the miswak in his anus, and then, as you see here for those who speak Arabic, فأخذ سواكا فوضعه في مخرجه ثم أخرجه. So he took a miswak and he put it in his anus, and then he waited for 9 months. 9 months after he put the miswak in his anus, 9 months pass, and then he deliver a baby, sorry. Who? The guy who made fun of the miswak. And the child looked like a rat, which means he delivered a rat. He did not deliver a child, really. He delivered a rat. And he have 4 legs, and he have a head of a fish, and he have an anus, the anus of a rabbit. So focus with me here what happened, please. Look like this is very serious a story. This man, he made fun of the miswak of the Prophet. The miswak of the Prophet, it used to be like the cigarette at that time for him. It's the same stick he beat the wife with it, the same stick he beat the animal with it, and the same stick he insert the end of it in his mouth to clean his teeth, as all Arab at that time they used to do, or most of them, especially those who live in the desert. So this person, he made fun of the miswak, he inserted in his anus, and obviously this is a miracle of Allah. Obviously, this is the miracle of Allah. If you make fun of the miswak, Allah will make you brighten it in 9 months guaranteed, and then you will deliver a baby, and that baby have the look of a rat, and he have 4 legs, and his head is the head of a fish, and his ass is the ass of a rabbit. By the way, Muslims, how the ass of the rabbit look like? I mean, why Allah He chose the ass of the rabbit? There is a specific reason. How you Muslims believe in such a stupid stories? Who is a Muslim in the text with us right now? He believe in this, that the man he made fun of the miswak, and he inserted the miswak in his anus, and Allah made him pregnant by the miswak, and then he gave birth to a rat, and the rat have 4 legs, have a head of a fish, have an ass of a rabbit. Any Muslim here want to tell me what is nightmare? You remember, guys, nightmare, the guy who told me Ibn Kathir. He just last time he called me to tell me what Ibn Kathir he said. This is Ibn Kathir. This is the book of Ibn Kathir. This is their smart scholar reporting for us a story like this. I find it very funny that in the year 2007 someone he have a little brain, he want to believe in such a stupid story like this. You know, the Muslims, with the age of the internet, they noticed that their books is full of stupidity, and their prophet is getting busted because of those books. If you remember, in the year 2008 or 2007, when Erdogan became a prime minister of Turkey, he asked the Turkish scholars to invite scholars from around the world so they can rewrite the hadith and even reinterrupt the hadith. They did not like really what is written there, so they decide, let us see. It was a very funny, stupid attempt trying to rewrite the hadith about their prophet so they can get rid of all those stupid stories about their prophet. But it's too late, because you know I mean, how you can do that, especially that copies exist everywhere, and even there's a part of the Muslims who will not accept that too. And with the internet, you know, like it's impossible. But it was a stupid attempt by Muslims to do so. It was just a try. Maybe, you know, like maybe we can change what's happening. Like people, they are laughing at us, and those books are causing us a big problem. So maybe we can get rid of them. And you know, like you will see here the comment of the Muslims, supposedly who claim to be scholars. They say there's no way the prophet, he said, as an example, let me show you here. What happened to this? Why this thing is blocked? What? It's coming here like a block. What happened? I cannot read it. Okay. There have been things that people did or said which conflict with the Quran. So the Muslims admit that their books is full of things conflict with the Quran. But you know, the stupid one is talking, he do not know that what is conflict with the Quran is what the Muslims follow, not the Quran. I mean, which is more important for Muslims, the Quran or the Hadith? It's the Hadith. I can show you tons of things the Muslims they follow. It is in the Hadith, and it is against the Quran. One of them is the Muta. So what conflict? You know, the Muslims, all of them, they believe in abrogation, and even the Quran mentioned the abrogation. But because they are ashamed of what is written, so they are trying to get rid of it. So how we can get rid what is written in the Hadith? Huh? Where the Hadith project is centered and etc., known as a hotbed of liberal Islamic thinking. The Quran, our basic guide, anything that conflict with that, we are trying to eliminate. Do you see it? Anything which is going to conflict with the Quran, we are going to try to eliminate. How you can do that? I challenge a Muslim to tell me how you can do that, because the Quran, if we take the hadith out of the existence, there is nothing in the Quran. The Quran is an empty book. What is the punishment of married women in the Quran? The Quran says you lash them 100 times. What is the punishment of a married woman in the Quran? What is the punishment of gays and lesbians in the Quran? The Quran says if someone is a lesbian, you jail them until they die. If somebody is a gay, you beat him with sandal. So why you Muslims are a hypocrite? Which one you take? The Quran or the Hadith? You take the Hadith. So the Hadith became a problem, and the Muslim, they try to get rid of it. But let us say, for the sake of argument, the Muslim were able to get rid of it. And by the way, this article is a collection from multi-source, which is those sources you see in the screen: Encyclopedia, Islam, United, etc., Essential Middle East, and Reuters, and this is a Christian Monitor website. However, the article is copy-paste from Islamic website. And actually, even the one who wrote the article, his name is Yagal. I think he is a Turkish. So the Muslims, they are trying their best to get rid of what they have. Can the Muslims get rid of what they have? Someone, Zainas, saying, is the title serious? Well, yeah, we are serious. Like, is your God Allah is serious when he say that he created the baby from the sperm of the man and the woman? Was he serious? Was your God serious when he said that the baby will be a sperm for 40 days? Huh? And then Allah will make the sperm and to congeal the blood for 40 days? Was he serious? I mean, look how silly he is. Like, are you serious about this question? Absolutely, I'm serious. How come you don't question how serious your God is when he say his stupid statements in the Quran? Are you serious? Absolutely. The question is, are you serious to believe that Muhammad is a prophet? Are you? How a human being can believe in Muhammad as a prophet and he can be serious about that? Let me show you an example. Are you serious? All right. Was Allah serious when he said this verse in the Quran? Or he was joking? Feel free, if you are a Muslim, you'd like to call me, please feel free. All right. Chapter 22:5, chapter 23:14, chapter 40:67, chapter 75:38. All of them speak about the sperm of the man will turn to be a clot, a congealed blood, a dead blood, and that will become a flesh. And then the flesh will become bones, and then the bones, Allah will close it with the meat. Chapter 23, verse number 4. Was your God Allah serious when he said that? Muslims? And again, if you don't want this translation, we can take different translation, you know. 23:14, sorry. If you don't want this the translation, we can take different translation. You know, for me, I don't go by any Muslim translation anyway. I don't believe in a single Muslim translation, because not even one of them is honest to be trusted, and you know that. Read with me. And this is the question for the Muslims. Was your God Allah serious when he said that, or he was drunk and taking hashish? Then we placed him as a drop of a sperm in a place of rest, firmly fixed. This is the Muslim translation, not my translation. So what is going to be sperm? What is going to be firmly fixed? It is a drop of a sperm. First of all, a drop of sperm have millions of sperm, and what is going to make the baby is just one semen, or one, you know, like what they call it, not a drop of a sperm, just one. Now Allah continue. So Allah, he sent the sperm, and the sperm is coming from the man and the women, as we remember in chapter 86 verse number 7, verse number 6 and verse number 7, where it says that there's a gushing fluid coming from between the backbone of the man and the ribs of the women. So there's a gushing fluid, and that is the sperm of the man and the sperm of the women. Then Allah, he continue. Then between, after this process here, the sperm, drop of sperm, we made the sperm into a clot of a congealed blood. Are you serious, Allah? Allah, are you serious? The Muslims are asking me if I am serious about the title. How come you don't ask your God Allah if he is serious about what he's writing in the Quran? Reading the version in English is taking the title out of context. Okay, do you see the Muslim answer, guys? Do you see the Muslim answer? This guy, what's his name? Marshall Yaqub. Okay, let me ask you, Yaqub, do your Prophet Allah know the true meaning of this verse or not? And why in the English version it take it wrong? I mean, are you Muslims translating wrong translation? Because translation, it should be translating the meaning of what the verse is saying. Right away he tell you the translation is giving you the wrong meaning, my friend. Let us get the Abdul busted. Let us see how we can get the Abdul busted. Hold on. It is the translation, my friend. What are you talking about? We have a problem. It is the translation. Yeah. All right. This is your Prophet is speaking about how the baby will come to exist as a baby. Don't tell me now that your Prophet, this is explanation in the hadith. All right, look, everything between the two bracket, and actually even the translation here is false. It says the Prophet is explaining. About the child, he, the Prophet, said the productive substance of the man is white, that of the women. And look here, the Muslim, they put between the two bracket, i.e. ovum, central portion. What is that? This is stupid, man. This is the water of the women which is in her vagina when she is having sex, and this is the water of the man when he is having sex, which obviously the sperm. Everything between the two bracket is not exist in the hadith. This is the Muslim trying desperately to defend their Prophet. As you see here, this says chromosome. What a chromosome? Muhammad, he spoke about the chromosome. The hadith is so clear, says whoever comes first, the baby will be a boy or a girl. So Muhammad saying that if the sperm of the man, if the man have his sperm come out first, the baby will be a male. And if the women her sperm come first, the baby will be a female. Now how we can get the Muslim busted? Hold on. Even in the same website where they are trying to fool us and lie to us, we can get them busted. Hold on a second. Same page. All right. Read with me. You see how we got the Muslim busted? What a chromosome. What a liars. The Prophet said, the woman, she came to Muhammad, her name Salim. Obviously she is a hooker. Imagine a woman, she come to a man and he says to him, yesterday I saw a sexual dream and my vagina got wet. So Salim, the whore, she came and she said to the Prophet, asking about a woman she see in her dream something like which men sees. What? The Prophet, by the way, he was a sexual consultant. The Messenger of Allah said, if she sees and has discharge, ooh, discharge, yeah, right. So what we are talking about right now, I want you to take a note about the discharge. Then let her perform bath. Okay, so the question was about washing or not to wash. Salama said, the wife of Muhammad, O Messenger of Allah, does that really happen? Which means the women, she see a wet dream. Salama, like she is playing that she is the Virgin Mary, she never saw anything like that. He said, Muhammad, the expert, yes, the water of the man is thick and white, and the water of the women is thin and yellow. Whichever come first, the child will resemble the parents. Do you see it, Abdul? Whichever come first. So if the women have orgasm first, the baby will be a girl. If the man have orgasm first, the baby will be a boy. Now, was your Prophet serious when he said such a stupid thing? Muslims? Was your Prophet serious, or he is just joking? Any Muslim would like to call us and tell us how serious Muhammad was? How you Muslim believe in this? And you know, just to show you how the Muslims, they try to cover the ass of Muhammad by making tons of lies in the translation. Look what they add here in the last hadith. They add a chromosome and genes. Like, what the heck? What chromosome? What a chromosome? And where is the word substance coming from? Chromosome? What is missing to say that the Prophet, he said DNA? My Arabic is a pretty bad. Well, did you hear me speaking Arabic, Susu? Your Arabic is better than me. What about you call me and let us read, me and you, in Arabic, and let us see who knows Arabic. I want to show everybody how stupid you are. قال اسمع بإذني قال أسمع بأذني قال جئت أسألك عن الولد قال ما الرجل. Let us see, hold on, let us go to the main page so we can highlight. قال ماء الرجل أبيض وماء المرأة أصفر فإذا اجتمعا فعلى مني الرجل مني المرأة أذكر. So if the man, his sperm come first, the baby will be a boy بإذن الله, by the will of Allah. وإذا على مني المرأة مني الرجل, and if the sperm of the women come before the sperm of the man, it is a female أنثى بإذن الله. So you're a stupid prophet claiming that women have many, and many is a sperm. Women don't have a sperm, you idiots. Women, they don't have a sperm. So you're a prophet, you think that men and women, both of them, they have a sperm. The sperm of the man is white and thick, and the sperm of the women is yellow and thin. That is your prophet. And this is how stupid Islam is. But yet the Muslims, they say to us that Allah and his prophet know best. And by the way, nobody can say that Muhammad here, he made a mistake, and as everybody do mistake, because we as a human, we do mistakes, right? You cannot do that, because Muhammad here, he said that Jibreel just came to me and he told me this. Jibreel told me that. So Muhammad, he is getting his answers from Allah. So you cannot say this is just Muhammad, he's making a statement and everybody make a mistake, he is not a perfect man, you know, like he was not educated. It's no, he claimed that the answer came to him from Allah directly. Do we have any Muslim here want to correct us? Please just give it a try. You can call me right now live, challenge. My Skype is open. Debate TV. Any Abdul? Any Abdul? So Allah knows best, or Allah knows nothing? What's the problem with the Muslims? Why they cannot use their brain for a second? And this is my challenge to the Muslims, to call me, to show me, call me right now and show me one thing in the Quran spoke of about anything scientific, it was right. Just one. Any Muslim can tell me? I want to see, I want to find something, one, just one. Huh? What about rain and snow? Where the snow come from? Where the snow come from? Specifically the hail. Huh? Allah, he explained the hail to us, like, you know, hail is something weird, so those Arab do not know how this hail happened. Suddenly a solid piece of ice is falling down in the ground. So how this happened? Allah have answers. Yep, Allah have answers, my friend. Allah know it all. This verse in the Quran, chapter 24, verse number 43, Allah, he says, وَيُنِزِّلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مِنِ جِبَالٍ فِيهَا مِنْ بَرَدٍ فَيُصِيبُ بِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيَصْرَفُهُ عَنْ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Wow, wow, I mean, this is astonishing. I cannot believe that someone, he can come with such a logic and intelligence of science. Let me translate for you, please, what Allah is saying. I'm sure you will be astonished too, because this is astonishing. Allah saying that he sent down from the sky, وَيُنِزِلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ, sama is a sky, many جِبَالٍ فِيهَا, from mountains in it. There is mountains in the sky. Hold on, this will remind me of something. Hold on. Yep, this will remind me of something. Do you remember, guys, the flying mountains in the movie? It's called Avatar. Anyone remember? You remember it, yeah? In the movie of Avatar, there was a mountain which is flying in the sky by itself. Like it's like in the same, this planet is weird and look like the graffiti in it is kind of messed up. So there's a big huge mountains flying around the planet itself, and they have trees on them and blah blah blah. So Muhammad God is saying exactly the same, that there is mountains in heaven where he sent the hail from. Let us see the translation of the Muslims. Oh man. Hast thou not seen how Allah waft, what is that translation? The cloud, and then gather them, and then makes them layers, and those sets the rain come forth from between them. The rain come from between them. Are you sure? Okay. And he sent down. Look at this. Look at this. This is more clear about the stupidity. And he sent down from the heaven mountains wherein is hail. That's it. That's amazing. How Allah know this? I mean, think about it for a second. If Allah is not a true God, and if Muhammad is not a true prophet, how he was able to find out how the hail is coming from? It's coming from a mountain in the heaven, and Allah break it pieces, and he sent it down on us. Any Muslim have a problem with this? Any Muslim, he have a problem. Just to be sure, Muslim will not say we are making things up. Let us see the interpretation. I mean, come on. We should show the interpretation of the verse. What if the Muslim don't believe in this meaning I'm giving you? That will not be fair. So we have to be truthful, and we have to give it as it is. We go to 24:43. And let us see what is the interpretation made by the Muslim scholars. This is Tafsir Ibn Abbas. All right, guys, is the text clear? Ibn Abbas, for those who do not know, is the first-hand cousin of Muhammad, and not only that, he is the only one Muhammad he prayed for him to be the scholar of the nation. Read with me the interpretation of the Muslim scholars and Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad. He sent down from heaven, from the heaven, mountains wherein is hail. Now this is the verse, supposedly translation. Now the meaning. He says he sent down hail from mountains in heaven. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Victory to Islam. Allahu Akbar. How the Prophet know this and he is illiterate? If the Prophet is not a prophet, how he know this and he is illiterate? He did not even go to any school. Any Christian here can explain to us? You Christian, took you thousands of years to find out little thing is exist in the Quran. How the hell is, where is coming from? Allah, he have a refrigerator, a freezer in mountains where he store ice, and when he get angry from somebody, he break it and he throw it at us. Hey, by the way, why Allah is not throwing ice at me? Man, I would like to see this. Are you serious? The Muslim, they said to me, is your title like, is the title serious? Well, are you serious, Muslims? You believe in this garbage? And this is not hadith, this is Quran. This is not hadith, this is Quran. Quran saying that Allah, He sent from the mountains, from mountains in heaven He sent hail. Where Muhammad he got this stupidity? There's a stupid book. It's called the Book of Enoch, not the one, the chapter in the Bible. There's a fake book. It's called the Book of Enoch. Muhammad he is copying there many of the stories. If you go to the Book of Enoch, that book we're talking about, you will see the Enoch he speak about gatekeeper, and that there is storage. The God he have a storage. He have a storage, like what does it mean? Like he have a storage of copper, storage of gold, storage of snow. So Muhammad obviously is infected by the stupidity of those books, and he believed on them, and he claimed that his God is the one who told him this, not the Book of Enoch, which is a fake book. By the way, guys, I'm planning to buy a land in one of those mountains, and if you like to invest me, I mean the mountains where we have a lot of hail, it's out of the earth. The reason I'm thinking to buy there, because think about 100 years from now, we will have a very bad global warming. Then the people of the earth, they have to buy ice from us to cover what is wrong happening in the earth. So if you like to invest with me, I can sell you some farms and some land in those mountains in heaven. All right, those mountains are very huge, by the way, very, very, very big. I mean, like, wow, you cannot believe it how big they are, full of ice, ice everywhere. Do we have any Muslim here? So how funny the Muslim, he says to me that Allah knows best. Is that a joke? Are you serious? Are you sure, Muslims? This says to me, are you serious? Muslims, are you serious? You believe in this? Who is a Muslim? He believe in this? Be honest. You Muslims, all of you believe in it, right? Or maybe you never heard of it because you are dumb, stupid like the rest of you. Or you are shocked and you put your head between your tail, and now you just found out that all the science they speak about in the Quran, it was just nothing but a fat lie. By the way, what I'm showing you here is nothing. If you want to read really details about the stupidity of Islam, go and get my books from Amazon. I have a book, special book, it's called Qur'an and Science in Depth, full of amazing stories refuting the Muslim science, and at the same time is telling you things which is like, yes, it's about refuting the Muslim science, but the fact it's coming with the stories you never heard of from their books. And for sure the Quran and Science in Depth and Deception of Allah, both of them, they refute the science of the Quran. Actually they should be a book, one book, but I divide them to two books, as you know, because it became so big. And if you speak French, you can read my book in French, The Secret to Prophète Arabe, or the German book, you know, which is really becoming very popular between German people. More and more people, they are loving it, and I hope soon we will have the translation for Quran and Science in Depth in German. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Any Muslim he don't like what we say? Okay, any Muslim he like what we say? I mean, it doesn't matter really like it or not. Does it matter? It does not. The truth is in front of you, and no Muslim can answer and no Muslim can refute. LAT, if you say a bad language, we block you. Be careful. Anyone will use a bad language in the video here in our chat, you are not welcome. It doesn't matter who you are. Use a bad language, I will send you free shipping and handling to Allah. Do we have any brave Muslim here? So the question is still valid. How Muslims believe in such a garbage like this, and yet they call it the book of God? This is the book of God. Hmm? What do you say, Muslims? Do you think really this is the book of God? Any comment? Hmm. I see. I see. As long Allah He explained to us how the snow or the ice come to exist, let us say something else. Something more important. All right. Allah He taught us how the day and the night happened, and actually the day and the night based on the Quran, it come in a very astonishing order. I don't want to give you headache by flipping the page. Let me switch the screen until I get that verse so I don't hurt your eyes. All right. You see, the author of the Quran, he wanted to be a scientist somehow. And his science, it's kind of funny. Read with me this one. Chapter 36, verse number 40. لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون. It's not for the sun to reach to the moon. The sun cannot reach the moon, and it's not for the night to come before the day. وكل في فلك يسبحون, and each one of them is swimming. By the way, in the old Arabic, old Quran, there is no fatha and dhamma and kisra, which mean those things you see in the top, those things are added. And this word, I believe, it is a word mean a boat. It's a swim or riding a boat. If you go and see the old religions like the Sabians, who believe in stars or who study the movement of the stars, they have a drawing that every planet is riding a boat. So the sky is like an ocean, and the moon is riding a boat, Mercury is riding a boat, the sun is riding a boat. So every one of them is riding in a boat. This is the boat. However, the Muslim today, they have different translation. They say the word here mean orbit, so we will go with it just for the sake of argument. If we go to the Muslim translation, we will find the following. This is Yusuf Ali. Uh, okay, we're going to make it more clear. All right. It is not permitted to the sun to catch up the moon. What does that mean? Any Muslim can explain to us what does that mean exactly? Any smart Muslim right there can tell us what does that mean? What it's mean that it's not permitted to the sun to catch up with the moon. Guys, the only way for the sun and the moon to catch up if they are going in one orbit. Is that correct? Is that correct? If we mean physical catch up, like to meet. If this is what it's meant, that the physical meeting, they have to be in one, like as if you are a train, you know, and both of them they are taking the same train rail, and then they will meet. If this is what it's meant, that will be very stupid and very wrong. If it's meant, it's not meant for them to be showing up in the same time. Be my guest in the 21st of August this month in USA. We will have the longest eclipse in history. It's almost, I think, like an hour or something like this. I don't know. This is unbelievable. So the day and the sun and the moon, yes, they catch up if it's about timing, and they don't catch up, and they will never catch up if it's about orbit, unless they are in the same orbit. So it's very stupid to say so, but because Allah, He think, or let's say the author of the Quran, which Allah, Muhammad, he thought that the reason the moon and the sun they are not meeting together because they have different swimming boat, and everyone is going in different direction, and that's why they never met. Which mean the author of the Quran, he think that the sun is going around the earth and the moon is going around the earth, but yet they don't meet because Allah will not allow that. But this is not how the sun and the night is happening. All of us, we knew that the sun is not moving around the earth to make the day and the night. And then Muhammad, he continued in the Quran, says, nor the night outstrip the day. Each just swim. You remember I told you it's mean a swim? You remember? Here we go. Swims along on its own orbit. Do you see the word each? Do you see the word each? Each. What each goes for who? When we say each, the word each goes for who? Each goes for whatever is before the word each. Is that correct? Whatever before the word each goes for it. What is before the word each? There is the sun, there's the moon, there's the night, and there's a day. And then the Quran says each, which means the Quran think or teach that the night and the day are physical object, the same as the moon, the same as the sun. If the Quran is speaking about the sun of the moon and the moon, he will say both. And the Arabic is so clear, actually. It says each of them, kullun yajri, each one of them is going in its own course, let us say, swimming, actually swimming its own ocean. So Allah, he think, or the Muhammad, he think that the moon and the sun and the day and the night, each one of them is a physical object. This is why, if you remember, yesterday we spoke about how Allah, He extend the shadow. Allah, He extend the shadow. So Allah teach that the shadow is something real, and He extend it. Now, who can give better explanation for the Quran better than Muhammad? Nobody, right? I think Muhammad is the best to explain the Quran. He is the one who wrote the Quran. He is the one who fabricated the Quran. He is the author of the Quran, so he knows best. Allah, Muhammad knows best. Let us go and see what Muhammad said about the sun movement to understand this verse in the Quran. All right. This is Sahih al-Bukhari, as you see in the front of your eyes. Let us make it more clear. This is the reference for those who want to read the reference. As you see, Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 3199. This is a very authentic hadith. The Prophet asked, the Prophet what? Asked. And you remember, when the Prophet asked, it means he is the one who's opening the topic. It was a volunteer. The Prophet always volunteer. I'm trying to make it all show in the screen. All right, look like we have no choice except to go as it is here. No. The Prophet asked me at the sunset. Who is talking? A guy, his name is Abu Dhar. Abu Dhar al-Ghafari. He is narrating about what happened. So the Prophet asked me at the sunset time, do you know where the sun goes? So what is the question? Where the sun goes. Where the sun goes. Between two brackets at the sun at the time of the sunset. This is not my bracket. It's not in the hadith. This is the Muslim additional. I don't accept any of their additional between two brackets. Remember, it doesn't. It's not in the hadith. However, it's obvious he's talking about the sun, where the sun is going. I replied, guys, read with me. Allah and His apostle know better, which means knows best. And this is the title of our topic. I replied, Allah and His apostle knows best. For sure, Allah and His apostle knows best. Are you kidding me? Come on, the Prophet. You look at the answer, you will see. In a second, you will see how the Prophet, he knows best. He said, it goes, i.e. travel, this is a Muslim translation between two brackets, till it prostrate itself underneath the throne and take a permission to rise again. Muslims, are you there? Muslims, are you there? Do you really believe in this, Muslims? Do you really believe in this, Muslims? The sun every day go prostrate itself under the throne of Allah and ask for permission to come back in the sunset time? Hey, son, where are you going? Sorry, I have to go and ask Allah for permission. See you tomorrow. Are you sure Allah will give you permission? I'm not sure. Allah is all willing. What the heck? Any Abdul want to explain to us Allah knows best and His Messenger? By the way, if you feel to convert, please feel free. I mean, you cannot resist this, can you? Who can resist this knowledge and proofs and science? It's astonishing, man. How Muhammad he knew this? How he knew? That's amazing. I'm shocked. Man, it's like electricity is touching. Unbelievable. This is hard to believe. It's sometimes beyond imagination. Must be true. By the way, Muslims, if you don't like my videos, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, because those who don't like my video, they subscribe always because they come back. I don't know. They say we hate you, but they come back to me. Obviously, you Muslims, you know I'm saying the truth, and you come back to hear more. Otherwise, I don't understand why you don't like my videos, but yet you keep coming here. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So subscribe, and don't forget, at the end of the month we will give 70 versions for those who they are waiting for the versions. Man, you should see the versions of Allah. Unbelievable. Allah, He spent 1,000 years to smooth their skin. I mean, can you believe this? 1,000 years to smooth the skin of a woman. And yet the Muslim, they say to us, if Allah wanted something to happen, He say be is going to be. Somebody is calling. Let us see. How are you, my friend?
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, you right? The reason my phone is you were showing Quran earlier.
Yeah.
Talking about the sun and the moon orbiting, you know, on their own orbits. You know, the way they orbit, and basically when it says it's not permitted for them to meet, it means that it is possible for the moon and the sun to meet. Do you understand?
Yeah. You know,
I would not say you're not permitted to do this if you can't do it. It's pointless. You know, what's the point of me saying to you, CP, you're not permitted to fly to the moon, and then say CP is not permitted to fly to the moon? Well, we know CP is not going to fly to the moon. So, also, the moon orbits around the Earth. The Earth orbits around the sun. The sun doesn't orbit around the Earth.
correct.
The sun orbits around the center of Milky Way. But that orbit takes millions and millions of years to orbit around the Milky Way. So the way it is put there, it seems like the moon orbits around the Earth, which completely doesn't make sense either way, which is completely false, and it just shows that the author of Quran, Mr. Muhammad, he didn't have any idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, but be careful now. You are hurting the feeling of the Muslim when you say this is completely false. Shouldn't you be nicer?
No, I'm not hurting the feelings. Their feelings are being hurt by what Muhammad has said. I'm just saying what he has said, and what is clearly, even the ancient, you know, because people used to read the stars and stuff. You had like the Mayans, ancient civilization. They used to know about, you know, the stars. They used to actually be quite accurate, probably as accurate as NASA is today. So
actually,
it's not something that Muslims need to be offended. It should have been something that, you know, that everybody knows that Muhammad was wrong. So it clearly shows that when Muhammad said that the moon prostrates before Allah, as he was showing, and it goes into murky water, that's what actually Muhammad meant. So there is no other explanation. I know Zakir Naik, brothers and sisters, you know, he makes all this funny translation that he has, his own translation. He should have his own Quran, actually, his own translation.
Well, we are using their translation anyway. I mean, the one in the screen is not my translation. This is the Muslim website. This is their translation.
No, the translation of the Quran, they correctly, well, not necessarily correctly, but you're using that they're showing. But what I'm saying is, I've seen a video where Mr. Zakir Naik tries to explain this moon, basically reaching the end of the moon and the murky water. He's trying to explain it in a different way, that it doesn't mean like that. You understand?
Yeah,
Interpretation.
Well, you know, I wish I can play Zakir Naik videos so we can get him busted. But the problem is the Muslim, the cowards, when we use their videos, they flag us right away for copyright. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I will be happy to get them busted, and that will make it more funny and more lovely. I wish.
I think you're allowed, because a lot of people, they use videos, like even people who are that YouTube itself doesn't actually like. There is certain people who. Yeah,
actually, by law, if I want to go to court, I can go against even YouTube, because you can use a portion for criticism, a small part, not like the whole video. You know, you can use a small part of it. Yeah. I know this, but anyway.
But you don't want to talk to it. I understand. What I wanted to say, I don't want to get off the topic, but when you have time, whenever you do a video, what would be interesting, what I would like to learn myself, is if you can basically show the verses that the Quran keeps making the claims. I know a few that it keeps making the claims that the Quran is pure Arabic and in detail in Arabic and so forth, and then try and explain which words are not actually Arabic. And because for me it's difficult, because I don't speak Arabic, so it's difficult for me to point to a Muslim and say, look, the Quran claims to be Arabic, but it's not Arabic. Here is a contradiction, because I don't know the Arabic. So if you're able to make a video and also try and show which words we're talking about, that would be helpful. You know, if you can make a section.
Yeah, we can actually, maybe soon we can, like maybe today even we can, because you know, Quran, all of it is the word Quran itself is not Arabic. You know, Quran is not.
I understand, and like Alif Lam, nobody knows what it means, and it's all over the Quran.
Alif Lam Mim, those are just letters. However, it's taken from someone else. You know, everything have a reason. And Muslims do not, because they do not know the reason, as they are disconnected really with Muhammad himself. Remember, the Quran and the Hadith was collected almost between 250 to 300 years, or start to be collected after Muhammad. Until now, the Muslims don't have any manuscript of the Quran. Like I saw the Abdul, his name Nightmare, he posted for us a reference, an article about the book of etc. and the book of etc. Don't give me books. Show me the manuscript. There's no manuscript. Muslims have no manuscript. You believe it or not? As an example, you see that the hadith we are talking about, the most accurate hadith is Al-Bukhari. This book, the one in front of us on the screen. This book, Muslims have no manuscript of it. Nobody knows if this book really truly exists. What we have is somebody said there is somebody, his name is Al-Bukhari. Al-Bukhari, he made a book, and I copy from his book, and this is the book of Al-Bukhari. But nobody have his book, nobody have Al-Bukhari, nobody have Sahih Muslim, nobody have the Quran of Muhammad. They have nothing. You see, when a guy like Robert Spencer, he made a book about Muhammad is exist or not, I understand why he is saying that, because there's nothing about Muhammad. Where is Muhammad? Where we can find one thing is written by the hand of Muhammad.
Sorry, if it's true. I think one of the reasons he did it, because there was a guy actually that he did it for a channel in UK. He's an historian. He went and, you know, try and use historical evidence to prove if he existed or not. And he went around sort of Arabia, and he was using fact, and he was saying the only thing we have is we have like the earliest thing we have for Muhammad is about 70 years, which was a coin, I think. So that he said was the earliest. So that doesn't in itself prove that he existed or who he was. So he was.
Actually, first of all, well, the word Muhammad cannot be a name of a person. It cannot be.
I think the coin, I don't think necessarily had his name. I think it had something to do with his.
Yeah, the name, the word Muhammad, it's mean the praised one. the praised one.
Praised one, yeah.
So in certain time, certain time, kings, they claim to be gods, they are called praised one. So how we know even that this coin is coming from somebody or a kingdom which is a king who call himself the praised one? Because
to be honest, I forget exactly what the documentary said.
Yeah.
Most probably that could have been one of the reasons what was written in the coin, and the Muslim just basically used that as an excuse to say, yeah, he's talking about a prophet. It is found in Arabia, so there you go. Probably, I mean, that could be one of the reasons. But also what you need to remember, CP, is that when it comes to Bible manuscripts, we don't just have one manuscript. We have manuscript found on all over the Middle East, all over the Europe. We have manuscripts found in Greece, the manuscript found in Italy, in all over. So it's not like we have one manuscript and say here it is. We got manuscript written from different countries by different people on different language, and yet the message is in perfect harmony. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like imagine that there's a news. So the news in US, the news in Australia, news in all over the world, without having this internet connection, you know, is only simply by people traveling around and spreading that news, and then they post this news, and the news is identical. It just shows the authenticity of it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's not like it is in one place where here you go, there we have 5 manuscripts and that's it. These manuscripts have been written on different places. By written, I mean copied. You know, they've been copied from the originals. And, you know, because Christians were persecuted at the beginning. They were killed, and if anybody was found with manuscript, they would be burned. I don't think Muslims had this sort of problem at the beginning. So I'm not sure why nothing was saved for Muslims, really, in that case.
Yeah, because simply, as you said, the Muslims, they were victorious against their enemy, and they controlled the land. So it doesn't make sense they don't have even the book of Uthman. Because Uthman, he made a book.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Christians were persecuted for 300 years, and they were not able to practice their faith. They were not able to, you know, and they still, these documents, I mean, the Romans, they tried to destroy these documents. The Romans, the Jews, they tried to destroy the Christian theology, the Christian teaching, the faith, and everything. So they were under proper persecution, and yet the word of God has survived. Whereas in Islam, these people, they were in charge, they could have done what they wanted. So I don't see why they couldn't have.
Yeah, but you know, for me, I wanna believe that this is what Muhammad he made because this is for my benefit. Because I don't wanna go and argue if this is the original Quran or the original Hadith or not. I mean, who cares? This is what your prophet said. Yeah. This is what you believe in. Let me get you busted. You know, the Muslim believe in this. Well, this is your garbage. Deal with it. You know. So soon you will see. Actually, the Muslims already trying to get rid of the Hadith, and the Muslims actually. You were listening, right? Just 2 days ago, when a guy he says to me, "Prove to me that the Quran, the moon split." Remember?
Of course, I was listening.
Yeah. So
it was asking you to show that the moon
split.
Yeah.
So here we go. Already they are denying their Quran. Already, I mean, it's not in the future already, because when they say the Quran teaching something stupid, I met many Muslims who say the Quran is corrupt. You know why? Because they discovered the Quran is full of stupid things.
Though, you got to remember, whenever you're quoting the Hadith, for example,
yeah.
How many times a Muslim says it's weak?
Yeah.
When a Muslim is saying it's weak, he's saying that's corrupt.
And in the beginning,
it would be thrown out. According to them, if they had the opportunity, they would throw it out. So to them, even what they have that they think is sahih, or what you would say authentic, they always try to throw out. Find me one hadith that the Muslim will accept. They just won't accept it. They will say, this is weak. This is weak. They won't even know what part of it is quoted. They will just straight away. So
but the weak. But anyway,
because they don't agree.
The weak is accepted anyway. I mean, the weak, you know, we have a video of this guy Hamza. You know, people, they can watch it. He says that weak hadith it pass. You know, it pass. So
it's not a rejected hadith. It's a pass.
Yeah, anyone, by the way, can go and search for a video. It's called Sheikh Hamza Hadith Da'if or weak hadith. You will find him explain. Yeah, weak hadith. You will find he explained to you that weak hadith in Islam doesn't mean it's thrown out. I'm just quoting him. He said it doesn't mean thrown out. The fact it passed. It passed.
Yeah,
so
it's not rejected. It's not a rejected.
Yeah, it's not rejected. Yeah. So what the Muslims, when they say da'if,
like good wine and a bad wine,
right?
It doesn't mean that it's not wine. It's just it may not. It's not the perfect wine.
Actually, no. It's not about bad wine and good wine. Both of them, they are equal. But the thing is, there's one of them, the one who reported, let's say, is very big names. You know. So those names, we take them for more attention. And there's other hadith who is reported by less known people, or let us say not high rank people. So we say, oh, maybe it is da'if. But even those are not rejected. So the da'if and the weak story, it doesn't work no more. And for them, because of that, now you see a group, it's called Qur'an only, because it's not working no more. So now we have to jump and get out of this hadith. So they jump to a stage, it's called Qur'an only. Now Qur'an only group, there's some of them decide to be few Qur'an only, which mean the Qur'an itself is not trusted. So there's some verses in the Qur'an are accurate, and there's some verses are no good to go. You know. So
just take the Quran on its own, CP.
Yes.
Take the Quran on its own. Can you tell me who Isa is? Where did he live?
So,
you understand? What did he do?
Who's he?
Are you able to tell?
Who is
he?
Who is
Isa? By Quran. Forget Hadith. Forget the Bible. Forget anything like that. How is this Muslim supposedly saying that he's going to go by Quran only, and go and actually explain?
Not only this. I mean, at least the Quran spoke of some names more than others. But who is Idris as an example? Idris. Who is Idris? Any Muslim can tell us who is Idris? Chapter 19, verse number 56. He was a prophet and he was a good man. Who is Idris? Nobody.
Is that the one who killed the boy?
No, this is a different story. No,
this is
Al-Khadr actually is not even mentioned in the Quran. The Khadr is coming in different story. Like, I mean, it's not mentioning anything. It's not mentioning who is he actually. It just said that he is a good man. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't actually mention his name, his first name, his last name. Al-Khadr it was a name given to him as a title, because wherever he sit in any grass, he make it green. But there's no name. Who is this guy?
One thing stuck me as well is that he says he beheaded him. That surely shows the same thing that ISIS would do, no? So could you just imagine an ISIS beheading a young child in Syria? It's the same thing, no? You're beheading somebody.
Yeah. Anyway, this is. But the Muslim, I saw a post on Facebook. Someone, a Muslim, is asking the book written by Matthew. Matthew who? There's a lot of information about Matthew. We have tons of information about Matthew.
I happened to speak to go CP. I was in Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
And this guy, who is Matthew? What is his surname? Who is Matthew? What is, the people who, they just repeat stuff. And I think the problem is, all these people, they think that they worship Ahmed Didat, and they just repeat all their stuff without even knowing what the words mean.
Yeah. Who is
one thing you'll find with the Muslims is that they will not use scripture to interpret scripture, right? Whenever there is for example, even when you're using the Quran, and say somebody like Nightmare or TomTom says, no, that's not what it means, not only you use a tafsir, you actually go and find what the same word is used somewhere else in the Quran, or the same story told somewhere else in the Quran, which kind of explains it. Same. So Muslims, they don't use that. They just, when they go with the Bible, they just quote something. They won't use other parts of the Bible to explain the verse to make the argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will give you an example, my bro, about how funny Islam is. We have right now almost 100 people listening in YouTube alone. So if anyone can tell me who is Idris, and Allah, he says he lift him up to a lofty station, if he can tell me what happened exactly, you are my winner without using the hadith. Just based on the Quran, I want to know who is Idris. Allah took him to a lofty station. Where he lived, which country, what time, which nation he's coming from. Any Muslim can tell us?
Well, it's Allah knows best, CD.
Allah knows best.
Allah and his best.
Yeah, Allah knows best. Yeah. So
you know, maybe they go and dig his grave, Muhammad. You know, and find maybe the answer there.
They will not find Muhammad.
This is the thing.
My friend, they will not find Muhammad because Muhammad grave. Muhammad is alive in the grave. I mean, he is drinking tea and coffee. Muhammad, he says that prophets like ground cannot swallow their body. So Muhammad, he is now drinking coffee in the side of the grave, not in the grave.
What about dragons? The dragons, they cannot go up his.
Oh no, they cannot. No, they cannot.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that language. Okay.
Yeah, like Muhammad, he said that in the pray for Allah will place your prayer in the front of me. They said to him, Prophet, how our prayer will be placed in the front of you, which means display in the front of you, but you will be dead. Yeah. He said, read with me. I don't know if you can see it in the screen.
I can't because I can't use your.
Okay, hang up and read. Hang up and read. Let us talk about this topic now. Hang up and read with me, and you can call me back if you want.
I stay too long on the phone. The only thing I wanted to say is, when they say that they brought 120,000 prophets, which means 120,000 books, what it essentially means is that Allah brought a book with 120,000 pages, and only one page survived.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a page or a book. That's proof that Allah cannot be God. For the one who sent books and he cannot preserve them, he is not worth to be trusted. What the point of sending books if they will not be, and why? What is the purpose of this, and why? What is the wisdom of sending books? He don't have intention. The Muslims, they say to us, he is not serious about protecting them. Why? It doesn't make sense. Stupid, you know.
Well, you cannot.
All this story, because Muslims believe that there is 124,000 prophets mention the name of Muhammad, and none of them still have the name of Muhammad there. So they decide to say all those books are corrupt. That's the whole idea.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go off and I'll watch this hadith because it'll be interesting. Because I don't think I've heard this hadith. So.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
All right. Nice one.
Thank you.
God bless. God bless.
Thank you. Guys, read with me. Muslims, they claim that Muhammad is just a man. He is just a man. Let us see how much of a man he is. It was reported among the most excellent of your days is a Friday. So invoke many blessings on me. Look, guys, look at this Muhammad. Muhammad, he have one concern. He's a prophet of God. He is the best of mankind. He is the prophet who been given everything. Still, he want the Muslims to invoke a blessing on him. The fact it doesn't say blessing, it says pray on me. Pray on me. But I will go with the translation. Selfish man. And instead of he saying to them, I'm going to pray for you, he is saying to them, pray for me every Friday, please pray for me, pray for me, Muhammad, poor guy, please, please, every Friday, please remember me, okay, pray on me, pray for me because may Allah forgive me, okay, no problem. But the story is not over yet. The companions ask Messenger of Allah, how can our, because he said, sorry, I jumped here. So invoke many prayer on me on that day, for your blessing will be submitted to me. Your what? Did you see it? Invoke many prayer on me in that day, for your prayer, not blessing, will be submitted to me. The companions, they ask him, Messenger of Allah, how our prayer can be submitted to you? Or actually it says in Arabic, displayed in front of you, not submitted to you. When your body has decayed, which means after you die, your body will be, you will be dead. He said, Allah has forbidden the earth from consuming the bodies of the prophets. Ooh, wow. Yoo-hoo. So all what we need now to get Muhammad busted is to prove that Muhammad's body was consumed. We can open the grave of Muhammad to see that, but for sure that is impossible unless we occupy the Kaaba and we force the Muslims out and we dig that stinky grave and get Muhammad out of the grave. However, there is reference about Muhammad. He stink when he die. He stink when he die. When Muhammad died, the Muslims did not bury him. And they left his body out for 3 days. For how many? For how long? For 3 days. Why the Muslims did not bury Muhammad after his death for 3 days? Remember, guys, we are in the desert, and the desert is very simple. When somebody die, his body will stink very fast. We are not living in Alaska or the North Pole, where you can leave the body in the cold outside, and you have a natural freezer, even though there's no electricity yet. We are talking about a place where the body of a human being will be damaged immediately. A day or two he will start having gas, and bad smell will come. His skin color will change. His skin, if you leave him for longer, his skin will start peeling off, and worms and all kinds of creatures will come and start eating his body from inside and outside. So the Muslims, when Muhammad like he told them this story, as we see in front of us in the screen, he told them this, the Muslims believed him, because simply he said, Allah, he forbade the earth from consuming the bodies of the prophet, which means you put it in the top of the earth or down the earth, it doesn't matter, because Allah, he forbade the earth from consuming his body. So they refuse to bury him for the first few days after his death. And the result was Muhammad, he stink. Muhammad, his nails was getting green, blue color. Muhammad, his skin is coming out. And even the Muslims, they could not carry him, and they buried him in the same location as he died. If there is any Muslim he dare to say that this is not true, please feel free, call me. And I'm going to show the reference right now, right here. Any Abdul? Do we have any Abdul? I am willing right now, not tomorrow, not next year, not next week, to show you how your prophet, when he died, he stink and he smells so bad like a dead dog. I'm not the one who's using those phrases. I will show it to you from your own Islamic reference. And that is proving to us that this is story where Muhammad, he said that the prophets of Allah, he forbid the earth to consume their body. It is nothing but a lie. Yeah, this is a false prophecy, actually. Correct, Liz. You see, Liz, she got it right. This is a false prophecy, because when a person claims to be a prophet and says that, don't worry, and look how stupid this statement is. Muhammad, he claimed to be God, because why? He is saying that your prayer will be placed in front of me. I mean, who are you? Why the prayer of the followers of Muhammad, they will be displayed in front of Muhammad? Who is he? If you are just a man, you are dead now. This is the same hadith in Sunan al-Nasai. It says the same. Read it. This is a better accurate translation. So he said, so send a great deal of salah upon me. Salah, not a blessing, which means really prayer, on this day, for your salah will be presented or displayed to me. But Muhammad is speaking about him after death. That's why they are asking him, but Messenger of Allah, how will our salah be presented to you when you have decomposed after death? He said, Allah the Mighty has forbidden the earth to consume the bodies of the prophet. So Muhammad, he claimed that when they are in the grave, those who they are called the prophets, the body will not be consumed, and they are alive because they can see your prayer. So they look like they are dead, but the fact they can hear, they can see. So Allah, each time you pray, Allah will place their prayer in front of the Prophet Muhammad. Then we find that from the reference of Muslims, actually, let me, as long as I mention this, let me show it to you. Let me show you how Muhammad, he stink when he died. Give me a second, let me show you the reference. Again, if there is any Muslim would like to call us, please feel free. All right, feel free to call and don't be shy. Allah will support you. I will see first if I can find the hadith in English. No, it's hard to find those things in English. No way. All right. جامع السنة وشروحها. What an interesting website. Mean. أخبرنا سليمان reported. When the prophet he died, there's a drama. There's a drama happening. Who is a Muslim here? He read Arabic. He would like to call us and read for us. Who is a Muslim would like to call us and read for us? Hey, Marshall, you know, you are obviously a kid and you keep insulting everybody, so I'm going to block you. I have no place for you in my chat. This is a place for people who they are intelligent and they respect themselves. You are rude like your prophet and you have a filthy mouth. Get out. You can still and listen, no problem, but your text is not allowed for using a filthy language. Filthy language of a Muslim is a proof and clear proof that he is a filthy like he's a prophet. From their fruits you shall know them. Now read with me. باب وفاة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. The chapter name is when the Prophet passed away. Hadith رقم 84. Hadith رقم 84. All right. أخبرنا سليمان بن حرب أخبرنا etc. from that توفي الرسول, the Prophet, he passed away in the day of Monday. Which day? Monday. فحبس بقية يومه وليلته والغد حتى دفن ليلة الأربعاء. So they did not bury Muhammad until Wednesday. Guys, from Wednesday, from Monday to Wednesday, how many days? From Monday to Wednesday, how many days? 3 days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The first time I read this story, that was a long time ago. I was very young at that time. I was like 70. I said to myself, it looked like the Muslims trying to, or maybe they thought, or maybe Muhammad, he claimed to be the Messiah, he will come back to life again. You know what I mean? Because the Messiah, after they crucified him, the Messiah, he resurrected himself in the 3rd day. So maybe the Muslims, they were waiting for Muhammad to be resurrected after 3 days. Maybe, I'm just guessing. However, let us see what happened. So he was for sure, he died in the day of Monday, and I'm showing you the reference. None of those references is mine, and Muslims who speak Arabic, they can read very well with me. And let me post the link so nobody will say I'm making things up. Hold on. This is your official Islamic website. This is a Sunni website, not Shia. This is the link. All right. They said, and read with me, this is why I am saying to you, they were thinking that the Muhammad, maybe they were thinking, or maybe Muhammad, he claimed to be the Messiah. Look what it says. وَقَالُوا إِنَّ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمْ لَمْ يَمُتْ. The Prophet of Allah, there is no way he died. That's what it says. Imagine, the guy is dead. The guy is dead. Why the Muslims saying the Prophet did not die? He is in the front of them, in the bed, dead, and yet they are saying there is no way the Prophet of Allah is dying. Only his soul scandate, the same as happened to the soul of Moses. Aha. فقام Umar. So Umar, he stood up and he said, you know what, hold on, I think I can find this hadith in English. Hold on, give me a second, hold on. I just remember, I think this one should be translated in English. We will be lucky if we can find it in English. I hope so. Bingo, we found it. We found that. You see how many times this is a very strong hadith. This is a very strong hadith. Anyway, anyone want the reference? Who want the link so you can save it? This is the link for the hadith in English. However, the Muslim did not translate the whole story there. We are going to read the English part and we will go to the Arabic part again. The chapter name, chapter of the ruler, etc. Okay. A man fell ill, and cry was raised of his death, for his death. So his neighbor came to the messenger of Allah, etc., etc. Okay. Oh, hold on, this is different hadith. I thought this is the same one. No, that's not the same one. Sorry guys, hold on. I picked up the wrong one. Yeah, this website is funny. It collect anything have to do with the word you post in the search engine. Hold on. I will find it. Because I remember before I saw this hadith in English translated here. That's weird. I cannot find it. Yeah, I cannot find it. Anyway, let us continue with the Arabic. So Muhammad, he died in Monday, and he was buried in Wednesday. And the Muslim, they said, the Prophet did not die, it's only his soul is conveyed to Allah. The same as what happened to Moses. By Allah, he will not die. By Allah. So the Muslim refuse to die. And look what they said. There is no way the Prophet will die until he cut the hands of nations and tongues of those nations, which mean those who are his enemies. فلم يزل عمر يتكلم. So Umar kept talking like this until, you know, guys, until his not saliva. I mean, if somebody talking too much, screaming too much, and like the saliva became like what they call it, like the bubbles of the shampoo. What they call it, what the word? You know what I mean? Like if somebody is so much excited, he's speaking loud and screaming, and then his saliva start making bubbles. This is what happened to Umar. This is what it says in the hadith. Foam. Yes, until his mouth was full of foam. Imagine how hard the discussion was. Then Ibn Abbas, Al-Abbas, he said, Inna Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam qad mat. I say to you, this is a wise man, I say to you, the Prophet, he passed away, and he is a human, and he stink as the human stink. Muslim, do you see it? Muslims, do you see it? وَإِنَّهُ لَبَشَرٌ وَإِنَّهُ يَأْسَنُ كَمَا يَأْسَنُ الْبَشَرُ. Who is a Muslim against that? Does it say there that he stink? Abdul, does the hadith says he stink? Anyone will use a bad language in the text, we will block your text. Anyone who use the F word, we will block you. You are not welcome. This is a station to learn, not to curse. We don't care if he's a Muslim or not, guys. Leave him alone. None of your business if he's a Muslim or not. We are warning anyone to not use a bad language, otherwise we will block you. If somebody is a Muslim and he is here with us, so what? Don't target him, and don't you know, like you don't try to intimidate the person. We want everybody to come and learn. And if he's a Muslim, so what? Like, I mean, he did commit a crime. He is born from a Muslim family. So what's wrong? And we are here to teach you the same as we teaching him. So he's welcome. And anyone who use a bad language, I will block you immediately. And that will happen to you, the one who is using a bad language. But we don't want If a Muslim come to the chat, we don't want you to jump all over him, refute him, debate him, but there is no name calling. There's no need to insult, because that is not what we do here. If he is using a bad language, don't answer by bad language. I will block him. He's out anyway. So you see here, وَإِنَّهُ لَبَشَرٌ وَإِنَّهُ يَأْسًا. So the Prophet Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, he said to them, your prophet, come on, you're a prophet, he is just a human and he die and he stink, the same as every human being stink. And he continued to them saying, أَيْقُومُ فَادْفُنُوا صَاحِبَكُمْ, which mean, you guys go and bury him. It's more noble to do so, better than making him dying twice, which means now he die and now he is going to decompose, leaving him in the top of his bed. Any Muslim have an answer? Any Muslim have an answer for this? So while you're a prophet, he said that the body of a human, of a prophet, nobody, Allah, he protected and will not be decayed and will not be composed. Obviously Muhammad was lying. Any Muslim? Any Muslim have an answer? And actually there's more reference about Muhammad, how stink he is. His belly became so big, gas is coming out from his belly, which means like, it's normal, you know, a dead man, he fart, because you know, whatever you ate before you die, that food is going to be digested by the bacteria. It's not you eating it, no, it is the bacteria inside the belly is going to digest. So that will make gas, and the belly will become big and big and big until the body cannot take it no more, and then the dead body will start farting. So Muhammad, because they refused to bury him, because they refused to believe that he is dead, for 3 days and 3 nights his body start decomposed and he start farting and gas coming, and the stinky smell. Most of the stinky smell, by the way, is not from the skin, it's from the gas which come from inside the belly, which coming from his mouth and coming from his from butt, whatever, you know, like exit for gas to go out. So obviously this is a clear bust for Muhammad claim that he is a person who he is a prophet. For prophets of God, their body will not be consumed or decomposed by death. Any Muslim would like to say something? Any Muslim having a problem with what we said? And actually we have a lot more reference about what happened, you know, like in different hadith it says حتى ربى بطنه, حتى ربى بطنه, which means until his belly became so big as if he is pregnant. And then Abu Bakr, he said a statement, you know, hey Muslims, whoever used to worship Muhammad, Muhammad is dead. Whoever used to worship Allah, Allah is alive. And this is additional proof that this religion was based in worshiping Muhammad, not only in worshiping Allah. Otherwise, why Abu Bakr is saying the one who used to worship Muhammad, Muhammad is dead? Read to me. So Abu Bakr, he said, actually this is the hadith here, but this is not exactly the one we want, but it's fine. And this is almost the same hadith. Yeah. And this is the same hadith here. Yeah, but as you see, the hadith says it clearly, the one of you who used to worship Muhammad, Muhammad is dead. Read with me. Abu Bakr, obviously Abu Bakr and Umar, they have a fight. And what is the fight? The fight is to accept that Muhammad is dead or not. The man is dead already, but because of what Muhammad said, they don't want to believe that this guy is dead. All right? Abu Bakr trying to cool the people down about what happened, and Umar, he didn't want to cool down. He keep screaming, and you know, he refused to sit down, and he refused to accept that Muhammad is dead. Abu Bakr left to Umar. Abu Bakr said, to proceed, if any amongst you used to worship Muhammad, then Muhammad is dead. But if any of you used to worship Allah, Allah is alive and shall never die. In the translation, it says, Muhammad is no more than an apostle. All apostles before him indeed die. So what was the chaos which making the Muslims refuse to believe that Muhammad is dead? I mean, the man was obviously dying. He was sick for a long time. He said before he died to Aisha that I see the poison I ate in Khaybar is cutting my artery. So why it was hard for them to believe? Because now it's time to be buried. It's not about his death. It's about we want to bury him. He told them that you can pray and your prayer will be placed in the front of my eyes, for my body will not be consumed, for Allah He forbid the earth from consuming the body of the prophets. So Muhammad here got busted. Do we have any Muslim here would like to say something? Any Muslim? So 3 days Muhammad, his belly became so big, he started farting, his nails look so bad, the hadith says even Umar, he said, I will kill anyone he say Muhammad die. You believe it? I will kill anyone he say Muhammad die. why it's a crime to say Muhammad died. The God is dead. The God of the powerful prophet of the powerful penis, the criminal, the child molester, the sex offender, the thief, the rapist is dead. Finally is dead. And those Muslims, they thought this guy will not die because he told them tons of stories about him, what he can do and what God prepared for him, that your prayer will be placed in front of me even after my death. I am alive, and the grave cannot take me. No grave can take me. And then they found that this is all is false. Do we have any Muslim? Why you cannot call, Nightmare? Why you cannot call? Why you cannot call? Your mom is there? Your third wife did not allow you to call us today? Until I told him so. Okay. Yeah, right. I want you to call and tell me and finish the topic we started last time. Does the hadith I showed you says that Adam sin was ordained by Allah and Allah ordered him that he should do it? I mean, how he can claim to have a dignity of a man or an honor of a man if you are not honest even something everybody in front of us we can see? What is your dignity? If you remember, guys, what we were talking about, this guy, he called me and we showed him the hadith. He is the one who mentioned the story of Adam, not me. He said that, you know, things happen because you know, Allah, he know the destiny, he know the future. So this is what he's talking about. And he mentioned Adam. He said, as an example, Allah did not give Adam a permission to eat from the tree, but Adam, he ate from the tree. He is the one who mentioned that example, not me. Then we showed him how in the book of the hadith it says it clearly from the mouth of his prophet that the prophet of Allah, mashallah, he said that Adam, here we go, he's calling. Hey Nightmare, how are you? Do you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So, after we show you this hadith, and let us show it to you again in the screen, what is your final comment about this?
Oh, okay. You talk about the hadith. Okay. Well, first you start to interpret the hadith. You're not qualified to interpret the hadith because you don't know basic things of Arabic language.
I mean,
okay?
Even guys, even the hadith need interpretation. It's a simple story.
No. Hadith. There is hadith science, ilm al-hadith.
Okay, Abdul, stop being stupid. Ilm al-hadith have nothing to do. Okay, hold on. Let us show everybody who is stupid here. Can you show me one scholar saying that this is not about that Allah he wrote for the destiny of Adam that he will do the same before he create him? Can you show me one scholar agree with you?
Okay, I got the interpretation of a scholar here. I can read it for you.
Sure, go ahead. Give me. Can you tell us the name of the interpretation and the scholar? Who is he?
You want the name of the scholar?
Well, scholar okay. Is a scholar doesn't have a name?
His name is Sheikh Muhammad Saleh Al-Utumi.
This guy is alive with us right now. This is a scholar. We are talking about the real Muslim scholar. This guy is still alive until now. Who made him a scholar? This is a sheikh, exists right now. We are talking about the scholars of Islam, not a dump, not a dump Saudi. Show me one. You said the scholar. Okay, let me ask you: do you accept this guy to be your scholar? Yes or no?
This guy is a scholar.
Do you accept him to be your scholar? Listen, Abdul. I have no patience for stupid talk. Do you accept him to be your scholar? You approve him as a scholar? Yes or no?
Yeah, he's a scholar.
Okay, no. The question is simple. If I show you something he said, do you accept what he said? Do you accept him as a scholar? Which means he is the one, he can be your teacher. So if I show you what this guy he said, do you accept everything he said, or only this statement you accept?
You always ask a stupid question.
Because this is just get lost. This is a stupid question, will get you busted. Coward and liar. Either he's a scholar, he can explain everything, you just call him a scholar. So how he can be a scholar? A scholar only in one phrase? He's a scholar in only one sentence, or he's a scholar in the hadith, all of it? So either you accept him or you dump him. Stupid idiot. You see guys how stupid they are? Do you accept him as a scholar? He named for me Ibn Kathir. Do you accept Ibn Kathir? No, only here I accept Ibn Kathir. You see how coward they are? They don't want to accept Ibn Kathir. They want to pick up their cherries which is fit with them. Either you accept him as a scholar or you don't. So why you are naming him for me? It cannot be that this guy, he can explain only this hadith correct. So this guy, from all his scholarship, only this hadith he get it right. He's afraid to say, well, he is right, he's a scholar, because I will get him busted. Soon he will be ashamed of the sheikh and he will say, ah, this guy is stupid. He's a donkey. He's not a scholar. He's dumb. Coward like your prophet. Either you bring me a scholar, you say I accept what he say, or don't call me and say I have a scholar for you. Just to show you how stupid they are. Last time this guy, he called me and he said, read what Ibn Kathir about the same topic. About the same topic. And this is Ibn Kathir. I will show it to you in the front of your eyes in the screen. This is Ibn Kathir. And this is the same hadith we are talking about. And this is why this donkey, he refused to say I accept Ibn Kathir. He want to accept only Ibn Kathir in a certain verse. And this is the story here in Ibn Kathir book, proving to us that Allah here wrote the destiny of Adam 40 years before his creation. It says وَعَصَى آدَمَ رَبَّهُ فَغَوَى. So Adam disobeyed Allah and he became unjust. قال نعم أفتلوموني على أن عملت عملا كتب الله علي أن أعمله قبل أن يخلقني ب40 سنة. Are you going to blame me for what I did 40 years before Allah he created me? فحاج آدم موسى. So Adam, he won the debate. This is in the book of Ibn Kathir, you donkey. You cannot blame me for the sin I did, for this is a sin and this is sahih. So no Muslim cannot say this is weak. And by the way, you see where it says here sahih? All of this is a fiction. It's in the book itself. There's no such a thing. This is a lie. This is a hadith is sahih regardless if it says here sahih or not. Those scumbag who make those website, they add those things additional to a guy, his name is Al-Albani. Al-Albani, he just died a few years ago, and suddenly he is the one who can say what is the sahih, what is not. Those are sahih hadith for the last 1400 years, or let's say 1000 years, because most of them written couple of hundreds of years after Muhammad, or all of them actually. So you cannot blame me. What is the argument here is about? Adam and Moses, they are having a fight. And what is the fight? Because of you, Adam, we are out of heaven. Because of you. Then Adam, he said to him, Moses, are you stupid? Are you dumb? Are you dumb like Muslims? Are you crazy? How you can blame me for a sin? Do you blame me for doing deed? So the sin which Adam he did, it's called deeds, but it's bad deed. Do you blame me for doing deeds which Allah has decreed that I should do? I should do 40 years before my creation. And even this one need interpretation. Even this one need interpretation. So how a Muslim can used to live in the time of Muhammad, or today he can understand anything if a simple story like this need interpretation? It says clearly, are you going to blame me? Which means you cannot blame me. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? The whole purpose of the story is saying you cannot blame me for my sin. As simple as that. Based on this hadith, can we blame Adam for the sin he did? The answer, no. Moses, he blamed Adam. Adam says to him, you cannot blame me. So a stupid like you want to say to us, oh no, Moses was right. So who was right here? Who was right? Who was wrong? Moses or Adam? Your prophet says that the winner was Moses. Sorry, Adam. So Adam got the better argument of Moses. Who is the one saying that words? Your prophet Muhammad. But yet even this one need interpretation. After 1400 years of this scumbag Muhammad saying what he is saying, they want to get me someone, he is just exist in our time, he will explain the hadith for us. Why he is not qualified to explain? Because simply there is no need for explanation. It's simple. There's no minus plus 1 plus 5 minus 7 divided to 70 extra whatever, you know, percentage of 100,000. It's simple. There's a guy blaming the other guy for what he did. The other guy says to him, you can't blame me for this is what Allah he ordained for me. Muhammad, he gave the answer. Who is the winner? He said it was Adam. So shut up and get lost. What a kid. How in the world somebody can deny that this is what it's mean? Even Ibn Kathir himself, he agree with me. The name he mentioned to me before. Actually, I'm sure even the scholar he is quoting for us, he agree with me too. Do you wanna see that? Nightmare, post the link. Post the link for your scholar. Let us laugh. Post the link, post the link. Post the link. I will show it in the screen. I will show everybody. Post the text for me. Post the text. Nightmare. Post the text for me of the scholar you are reading from. I will show it in the screen for everybody. I will get you busted. Do it. I will make everybody laugh at you right now. Post the link or post the text. It's better if you post the text because the link might not go. Post the text in Arabic, little, not long. of your scholar interpretation of the hadith. Do it, and I will show everybody that even the one you mentioned, you idiot, he agree with me. Because there is no way a single person who claimed to be a scholar, he would disagree with this story. Otherwise the Muslims will make him shish kebab. I will try to find the page he is trying to quote it from. Hold on. Maybe we can get him busted. Again, this guy, he is suffering from being busted. All right. Did he post anything? I'm not angry, you idiot. I'm just making fun of you because you are a hypocrite like your prophet. Either this guy is a scholar, he can be trustworthy to explain what you claim to explain, or he's not. To say that he is trustworthy in one sentence only, that is nothing but the hypocrisy of you. It's very stupid from you to name for me someone you claim that he is a scholar, but yet you don't want to accept him as a scholar. This is the whole story. Or what I'm asking you for, do you accept what this guy he say or no? The same question I ask you about Ibn Kathir. Do you accept what Ibn Kathir he says or no? If you don't accept them, don't mention them then. Either they are scholars or they are not. They cannot be a scholar, so scholar. And the reason he don't want to say he's a scholar, because he knew that those scholars, they come with a lot of dumb stuff. So what the Muslims today they do, they choose their chairs and they say, okay, this one he was right. And who is the one who decide this one is right? You just said you are not qualified to be a scholar, so how you can judge if he is right or wrong? You trust him just because he have a beard, and then you trust him only in that page which you like. You know, the fact that the Muslims try to get away from the stupidity of their prophet by saying, well, you know, Adam, he repent to his God, so Allah, he forgive him. This is why we cannot blame him. It doesn't say that. It says it clearly. Are you going to blame me after he forgive me? No. He said, are you going to blame me for what he wrote for me? He didn't say you can't blame me because Allah, he forgive me already. But because they are so desperate to defend their false, stupid prophet statement and stories, they come to you with all of kind of false excuse. Like, Okay, well, Adam, he asked Allah for repentance. Okay, hold on. If Allah asked Adam for repentance, another stupid excuse, why Allah kicked him out from heaven? He forgave him. How he forgive him and then he kick him out? I mean, are you stupid Muslims? Well, this is what the Quran says. Adam, he asked Allah to forgive him in the name of Muhammad. And this is why فَتَلَقَّى آدَمَ مِنْ رَبِّهِ كَلِمَاتٍ, chapter 2, verse number 37. So Allah, he received from Adam, he received from Allah words. What is those words? This is only can be found out in the hadith. Those words is, when Adam, he asked Allah for forgiveness, Allah forgive him. Okay, كويس, ممتاز, جيد جدا, wonderful. Adam, he was forgiven from Allah for his sin, which is a sin or denied by Allah for Adam. So why Allah kick him out from heaven? I mean, who is the dump here? Muhammad, the Muslims, the scholars, all of you is a chain of dumb people. How in the world he was forgiven from his sin and he kick him out? Why you kick him out then? Was kicking out Adam from heaven because of his sin? Any Muslim have an answer? Was Adam kicked out of heaven because of his sin? If yes, well, he's forgiven. Do you see it? He's forgiven. So why he's out? Nightmare, I will give you a final choice. Post in the text you are reading from, a little bit, short one. I will find the page and I will make you read it in the front of everybody. And I warn you, I will make it a joke, everybody. From the same page you are posting. I have the page of this guy, but I want to be sure we are reading from the same page. Post few words of the same page you are going to read for me from, to be sure that this is the same page we are reading from, both of us. No, it can. Just don't post too much words. Just post a few. Don't post like 50 words. Post like 10 words. Do it. You know what the Muslims will do from 1400 years until now, until this guy Muhammad al-Khamis, Osman al-Khamis, he is born. Before that time, what the Muslims were doing, where did they get their interpretation for this hadith from? A nightmare? In the last 1400 years, you Muslims, where do you get your interpretation from before before this guy is born? Who is the one who explained this hadith for you before him? Do you know? Was it a Christian prince? This guy is 50, 60 years old. Before his birth, who was explaining the Quran for you? Huh? So what they do, they go and search in the internet and they find someone, he's trying to be a smart ass, trying to save the ass of Muhammad. It doesn't work this way, my friend. We go by the heritage, not by this guy is not even a scholar. This guy is a potato dog for the Saudi. This guy, the Saudi king, he says to him, say this, he say that. Attack this, he attack that. attack those are the sheikhs of, they are the let's say they are the German shepherd of the king. ISIS, they call them the sheikhs of kings, the same as the Christians in the old days when some corrupt church leaders, they used to be involved in politics. They go with this king against that king and they divide the church and etc. Muslims always is this way since the time of Muhammad. قال الشيخ ابن تيمية. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you accept Ibn Taymiyyah, my friend. Okay. This guy, he just posed for me Ibn Taymiyyah. Oh boy. So it's not your scholar, you idiot. This is Ibn Taymiyyah. Now you are in a deep trouble. Call me, Nightmare. This is not Uthman al-Khamis no more. This is Ibn Taymiyyah. Call me. Call me, call me, call me. Call me now. I'm waiting. Do you hear me, Nightmare? Nightmare.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The scholar you are talking about, he is not talking about the story of Adam.
Listen. I got 2 links.
Okay.
The one that I show you, that was this talking.
I have all the links. I have them. You don't need to post. I have them in front of me.
Okay.
Okay, read for me.
And I have حكم.
All right.
This is different. This is حكم الاحتجاج بالقدر
على
فعل المعاصي أو ترك الواجبات.
All right.
This is what it talks about anybody who did something.
Okay, explain. Let me translate what you said. Let me translate what you said, guys. He said that in Islam you cannot take as an excuse to do bad things or not to do the obligation as a Muslim by saying it's my destiny. Is that correct? What you are saying?
You cannot blame God. You cannot say, "Oh, God made me do it."
All right. So why Adam is blaming God then?
According to that hadith that I was trying to say, I did say that Adam he was not ليس هذا احتجاجا بالقضاء. He was not arguing about the destiny or qadr.
So what he's saying? No, it says no. It says that. Read with me Arabic. Read in Arabic. It says he used the word destiny. Read it. Read with me. I will show it to you in Arabic. Let me show you on the screen. Do you see it? It says تلومني على أمر قدره علي قبل أن يخلقني ب40 سنة. Do you see the word قدر?
Yeah. But I have here. It says أنت أبونا خيبتنا أخرجتنا ونفسك من الجنة فقال له آدم أتلومني على شيء قد كتبه الله علي قبل أن يخلقني.
So what كتبه mean? What كتبه mean? Is it كتبه mean قدر?
قدر.
Yes. So qadar is destiny.
Okay.
So you just said a second ago. Hold on. A second ago you said that Adam was not using the qadar, which means destiny, as an excuse for what happened to him. But it says there.
No. That's not what I was saying.
It's recorded.
I was saying that. Adam, he was. What I'm reading here. ليس هذا احتجاجا بالقضاء والقدر على فعل العبد ومعصية العبد. You see?
He was not arguing about the fi'l. I mean, when he
what do you mean he was arguing? The debate is about what? The debate is about he commits sin. He commits sin.
Musa, Musa, he told him, you فقال له موسى أنت أبونا خيبتنا وأخرجتنا ونفسك بالجنة.
By doing what? By doing what?
أخرجتنا بك من الجنة because God kicked him out.
No. Why he kick him out? Why Allah kick him out?
Why he kicked him out? Because he disobeyed God.
Okay, but here it says the answer. Now the answer is of Adam is, are you going to blame me for something ordinate for me, decreed for me, that I should do 40 years before he created me? So Adam is being accused because of his sin was kicked out of heaven. Adam is answering, are you going to blame me for something written in my destiny 40 years before my creation? So the whole argument and the fight is about what? Is about you being kicked out because of sin, being disobedience. Adam, he's answering what? The accusation of being disobedient, and the accusation of disobedient been overcome, and Adam was a winner by saying, you cannot blame me for something it decreed for me by Allah. Decreed, do you know what decreed for me? It's assigned for me, it's decided for me, it's decision made for me by Allah 40 years before my creation.
No, this is not. When you commit a sin, you don't blame God. You don't say, God, make me do it.
This is your logic, Abdul. The hadith in front of us. The hadith in front of us. The hadith in front of us. Who is the winner in this argument? Adam.
He was talking about the being kicked out.
No, he's kicking out for what reason? Okay, let us. Hold on. Let me show you. I will show you all the hadith in front of us. Okay, all right. Look at this. Adam and Moses has this disputation. Moses said to Adam, you are our father, deprived us and caused us to come out of heaven. Caused us to come out of heaven. Why? Because he commits sin. Let us see different hadith. All right. I heard Abu Hurairah narrating, etc. said, Adam and Moses debated, and Moses said to him, Adam, you are our father who deprived us, caused us to be expelled from heaven. Different hadith. All right. You are our father who did us harm and caused us to get out of paradise. All right, different hadith. Here the story is saying, let's see. All right. Moses, he said to Adam, let us see here what this hadith story is saying here. He made you live in paradise with comfort and ease, and then caused the people to get down to the earth because of your lapse, which means because of your sin. So the whole idea, the whole debate is about sin. Adam, he did commit, and then Adam, he proved that this is not his mistake. It's not his mistake. Look, it says here, Adam said, don't you see the words Adam committed an error and he was decided to do so, which means it was his destiny to do so. Do you see it? أفتلومني على أن عملت عملا كتبه الله علي أن أعمله. Are you going to blame me for something written for me, an error I did which Allah had decided for me to do, and I did? So Musa said, read the hadith, it says that, okay, what incited me, what incited me, okay, hold on, okay, this is your Muslim translation. It says in Arabic here, in Arabic, look, عملت عملا كتبه الله علي أن أعمله. What is the amal Allah he wrote for him to do? Amal mean an action, correct? Hold on. You speak Arabic, even your Arabic is funny, Moroccan boy. Amalan, what amalan mean? What amaltu amalan mean? What amaltu amalan mean?
My Arabic is far better than
yeah, your Arabic is fault. What? Okay, as long as your Arabic is far better than my Arabic, what amiltu amalan mean?
I made a deed.
I made what?
I made a deed.
Deed or action?
A deed, that's what it means. A deed.
عملت عملا is a deed. عملت عملا is a deed.
Yeah, I made a deed.
But
not action.
What if somebody he pray in his mind? Is that عملت عملا? عملت is an action.
Yeah, but the best translation is I made a deed. No, not action.
Okay, so you accept deed. Okay. So you accept the word deed. Guys, we will go with the word deed, no problem. So Adam, he did a bad deed or good deed?
Yeah, when he ate from the apple, oh my God.
Okay,
Listen,
so it's an action. Why you are playing around it then? It's an action. Why you are saying it's a deed, not an action? So it's an action. He ate an apple. So he ate an apple. Okay, look, it says there, I made an action which is written to me by Allah before I do it. Written for me by Allah. What does that mean?
Okay. Well, let me speak. Okay. You know how the cutter works. God writes something. You know. He knows what you know. He knows what you're gonna do in the future. For example, I know what you're gonna do tomorrow. Then I write down. Tomorrow,
no, my friend. No, that's a lie. Okay, let me get you busted. Hold on. Let me get you busted. Let me get you busted. Hold on a second. Your prophet will get you busted and he will spank you. Look, read this with me. Your prophet, I will let your prophet spank you, not me. Okay. It's not about God, he knew the future. It's about God, he decided the future, and you are a liar. Read with me. Here we go. I will let you read the whole hadith. Take your time. Let me make it all for you, showing in the screen so you can see it all. Read it.
The one that you put right now?
Yeah.
حدثنا stop حدثنا إن أحدكم. Oh, okay.
Let me make it more clear. Hold on. That will make it more clear now.
Usually you put hadith. I don't know the.
Okay, let me read. I will read. Go. Guys, read with me. Let me get this guy busted. He said that destiny in Islam is just about God knowing the future. He knew what you would do in tomorrow. That's absolute lie. A Muslim is a stupid liar always. Don't ever trust a Muslim saying something. Read with me. This is the prophet of the busted Abdul speaking. This is not Sheikh al-Bukhari. This is not Ibn Kathir. This is not Osama bin Laden. This is not the Moroccan guy who live in the middle of the village who have no water to wash his ass, so he uses 3 rocks like the prophet. No. This is Muhammad. He is talking. Muhammad, he knows Islam better than any Muslim. Don't we agree? Look what Muhammad says. I swear by Allah. Muhammad swear now. He swear by fig usually, but now he is swearing by something less value than the fig. So he swear by Allah. A person among you may do deeds. Remember, Nightmare, he used the word deed, which is good sign. Of the people of the fire, till there is only a cubit or an arm breathe distance between him and fire. So the person of you might do bad deeds of hellfire, like, you know, he take a Christian as a friend, he don't want to kill the Christian and the Jews, he don't want to rape a Hindu woman, he don't want to kidnap a Buddha woman. Those are good, you know, it's a bad deed. A Muslim should do the opposite. He should kill, rape. Anyway, disgusting Muslim. But then that is written between 2 brackets, which Allah has ordered the angels to write. Proceed. Do you see it? Guys, do you see it? This liar, he said to us, destiny in Islam is not that Allah, if he wrote something, it proceed and you do it. Did he say that? We heard him, right? The hadith in front of us. And the one is talking is Muhammad, and this is Sahih al-Bukhari. You see how we get the Abdul busted? Don't ever trust the Abdul. They are a bunch of liars. Sometimes they speak because they are ignorant. Sometimes they lie in purpose. So look, but then that is written, which Allah has ordered the angels to write, proceed. So what is going to proceed? What Allah wrote. And He does the deeds of people, of the people of paradise. So Allah, He wrote for you to do the deeds of paradise. You were doing all the bad deeds, doesn't count really. Who cares? Allah, He wrote for something, is this what will happen. This is the final. So in the story of Adam, Adam is saying that those are the deeds Allah wrote for me. This was not my deeds. Remember, guys? In the story of Adam, he said what? And even nightmare, he agreed. He said, I did the deeds. So those are deeds written to Adam by Allah. This is not the deeds of Adam. Otherwise, Adam, he cannot be using it as an excuse. As nightmare, he said, if this is your deed, you cannot use it as an excuse to run away from the punishment. But Adam did not say this is my deeds. He said this is a deed Allah wrote for me 40 years before my creation, which means it's there before I was created. I am sure that nightmare is ashamed of his stupidity and how dumb he is. So the deed which Allah He wrote is the one you can use as an excuse. If Allah did not write for you a deed and you do it by yourself, well, you cannot use it as an excuse. This is what the Muslim scholars, they are saying, you dumb stupid. In the case of Adam, Adam is saying that those deeds are written for me 40 years before my creation, so it cannot be his deeds. For he is doing deeds which is written for him before he was created. And actually this hadith in the front of us proves Islam to be false, because what the point of a praying and fasting and all the garbage Muslims they do, kissing black stone, going around the stone, facing the Qibla, which is my bathroom in the case of my house, you know, I mean, what the point of this is, at the end of the day, is what Allah He wrote is going to proceed. Do you see how easy we get them busted? So it doesn't matter really what you do, is what Allah wrote for you in your destiny is going to take over, and you go to hell or to fire. So me, Christian Prince, I insult Allah every day. You never know, maybe Allah He wrote for me in the paper under my pillow, you know, that I will go to heaven. And the other day actually I saw a paper that says shish kebab, falafel, shish kebab. Look like it's black magic or something. Any Muslim. That's why we say Islam is made by a fool for the fool. By the way, guys, I want to remind you, for those who do not know, I have an official page for me in Facebook as an author, not just the one we use for announcing news. There's a page, it's called the Christian Prince. So feel free to subscribe to this page. You can search for Christian Prince in Facebook as facebook.com/the Christian Prince, one word. Okay, in facebook.com the Christian Prince. This is my official page of mine. Please subscribe, so in case we lose connection, we lost a page in YouTube, something, you never know, you know. So always we can update you, and you can have and for sure additional to that, there's patreon.com, a Christian Prince, where people they can help us with donation in case you like to do help us. But I understand if you don't like to help us, no problem. Do we have any Abdul? Allah knows best, huh? Yeah, right. Allah knows best. Anyway, guys, yeah, you can go to that Facebook and you subscribe, because this is an official one, and this one there's no way it can be taken down. If they try to take it down, I will sue them seriously. I will sue them seriously. All right. All right. Now it's already here 7:14 p.m. So I think we have enough for today. Do we have a good time today? Was it good? And I think all of you are convinced that Allah knows best. I mean, after this, I mean, still we will continue with Allah knows best, because I like the title actually, and it is but we will just give it numbers like number 1, number 2, number 3, so you don't if you see them in different videos in YouTube, or if people download them and post them again, please just give them a number, like, you know, number 1, number 2, number 3. So this is number 3. This one is number 3, because Allah knows best is a very important title to prove if Allah really can be God or not, because God and ignorant cannot be God. God being ignorant is stupid, and he says stupid things, he cannot be God. So every day we want to show you a few things about Allah the ignorant, who knows best, and why Muslim they call him best, or he knows best, if he is a stupid idiot. You know, to say that this guy he knows best, but yet he is stupid, I mean, you must be stupid, and you must be a mad person. You have to be mentally ill. All right, there's no other explanation to say such a statement. It's a false statement. I mean, how you can say that? Shouldn't you Muslims, you know, like ask yourself, do really Allah knows best? And even when the Muslim tried to explain himself with a certain logic, which is sometimes very funny, like, you know, heaven and reward, like, look at this hadith. I mean, what paradise? This guy here saying to us, a person, look, and a man may do, read with me, and a man may do the deeds of people of paradise till there's only one cubit or two between him and paradise. Almost there, almost there. This guy is praying to Allah, doing jihad, raping children, molesting kids, stealing money from Christians and Jews, and putting bombs in a bus station. I mean, he did all the good deeds of Islam. He is doing everything qualify him to go to paradise. Then that is written proceed, and he does the deeds of the people of fire and he entered. That is religion. So it doesn't matter really, you convert to Islam, you don't convert to Islam, you do good deed, you do bad deed. At the end of the day, what is written by Allah will proceed, and everybody will go where Allah he put him in the shelf he like. Stupid religion made by a stupid man for stupid followers by a stupid cult, and that is Islam. With this, I want to say thank you for being with us. May the Lord bless you all, and don't again forget to subscribe to our page on YouTube and to our Facebook, which the one you see in the screen. And until I see you again, Christ is Lord. Tomorrow at 4:30, Christ is Lord again. Tomorrow at 4:30, Christ is Lord again. Tomorrow at 4:30, we will spank your Prophet Muhammad again and again and again until we make it red and hot and burned, as is going to be in the hellfire of our Lord, the Messiah, the Savior. See you. God bless everybody.